Hey everyone, Spike here. This is Open Dragon Mound number 15. And as you pretty much see, I am out in the living room. Hope the echo doesn't really affect this video, but I feel like I am in the old set of Lane Cars show. You know, on the big couch, plain white wall behind me. But anyway, I got a lot to talk about this time around, so let's get right to it. First of all, the Ursa Major Awards is now putting up a recommendation list for 2014. There are different categories for this year, and we have motion picture, dramatic short worker series, novel, short fiction, other literary work, graphic story, comic strip, magazine, website, published illustration, game, and miscellaneous. And I had found out that one of them is that college humor animation, Furry Force. You remember that? It's on the list. One I am looking at is anthropomorphic motion pictures. Ones are Let's Guardians of the Galaxy. I kind of expected that to be on there. How to Train Your Dragon 2. That one's a shoe-in. Nut Job. I didn't see the movie, but I've been hearing it's mixed. Mr. Peabody and Sherman is going to be in there. Rio 2 will be in there. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I didn't hear that was not a very good movie, but hey, it's Ninja Turtles. What do you expect? Now, I could go through the whole list, but I think it'll be much easier if you look at it yourself. Just go to ursamajorawards.org/read list. I could probably read the whole thing, but it would take me like a whole hour to read through the whole list. So it'll be much easier if you look at it. Which, by the way, I did get to see Big Hero 6. And when I had saw the trailers for it, I wasn't really excited for it because it looked like a stupid movie. But after looking through the whole thing, I stand corrected. It's actually a good movie. I'm just going to go through a quick synopsis of this. There may be spoilers in this one, so if you're planning to watch this and you don't want to know about it, just skip over just a few more minutes. But this takes place, which I assume is in the future, didn't really say, in the city of San Francisco. I'll let you take a guess on which two cities that is based off of. But it goes around Hiro Hamada. And he starts off getting arrested for illegal bot fighting. He is a kid genius, and he is with his brother, who goes to this Institute of Technology, which we get to see is the one who created Baymax, that big inflatable robot. Now here's the thing. When I looked at the trailer, I thought it was going to be like a pet robot, because they didn't really say who he was. He is actually a personal healthcare assistant. So in other words, at the moment's notice that someone is hurt, he immediately inflates and helps. So yeah, that kind of clears things up for me. So Hiro wants to get into this institution, and he invents microbots, which becomes a big hit. Now, someone wants to buy it from him, but he turns it down. So they leave the building, and short time after, it is on fire, and they find out that Professor Callahan is stuck inside. His brother goes in, and for any of you Disney fans, you know what that means. The brother is killed off. I swear, I don't want a family in the Disney World. So this puts Hiro in a deep depression for the next few weeks. he accidentally hurts himself. Baymax activates, and he notices that his microbot is moving by itself, which is unusual because it's supposed to be working with other microbots. So hilarity ensues when Baymax notices that it's going in one direction, and he carries it through traffic into an abandoned warehouse where they find out that someone is reproducing it. And they find this masked villain that starts attacking him. And then he makes Baymax a suit of armor, and they try to go after him, but as with his programming, in order to make him feel better from losing someone, he calls his friends. The other 4 characters we go around is Gogo, who is this punk-style girl. Wasabi, who's this slightly neurotic character that seems to be the most normal out of the group. Honey Lemon, who seems to be this happy-go-lucky girl who's into chemistry. And finally, Fred. No Japanese name. But he looks like this hippie character who happens to be the mascot of the school, and he's not even a student there. And for some reason, he's rich. And he wants to be a monster. I can't make this up. Alright, so they get chased after the villain, and they'll go to Fred's house, which this is where we find out that he is rich, to the surprise of everyone. And Hiro decides to make everyone superheroes. And I'm just going to skip through a little bit because I'm kind of blabbing about. But they find the villain at an abandoned island where they find an abandoned experiment. And after a little fight scene, they find out that it's Professor Callahan, who, which they find out later on is because the person that they had tried to buy the microbots from him, which they tried to set him up as the villain, which, by the way, I didn't fall for because it seemed way too obvious. So yeah, Professor Callahan became the villain because of an experiment gone wrong, which took his daughter away. So he's out for revenge. They try to convince him not to kill him. Of course, he refuses. And in the end, they destroy the microbots. He is defeated, but that abandoned experiment was a portal, which after they defeat him is still active, and Baymax detects that his daughter is still alive in hypersleep on the other side of the portal. So Hiro and Baymax go in, and they find her, but a big piece of debris hits Baymax, which disables his thruster. So the only way they can get back is for him to use his glove to push him back to the other side, leaving Baymax behind. Of course, Hiro does this reluctantly, and everybody's back, and everybody goes back to their normal lives. Yay! But then he finds that in that glove is the floppy disk. Yeah, they still use floppy disks in the future. That contains his healthcare memory. And so he decides to rebuild him, which he could have done in the first place. And that's how they become the Big Hero 6. So overall, I thought it was a good movie. It had a good mix of comedy, drama, and action. So this is a good one for your kids to see. But this is a case where the trailer fails and the movie succeeds. The trailer was very misleading. I thought it was going to be a stupid movie. If it had told me something more straightforward, I would have been more open to it. But instead they have him like chasing a soccer ball mindlessly. When in fact that he is just a medical assistant who's just going through his programming. And here's another thing. It's based off a comic book. I did not know this until I did more research after the movie. And as a matter of fact, Hiro was not the founder of the Big Hero 6. In fact, he was invited to it, and when he was invited to join a team, he refused at first. And then it was until his mother was captured. When in the movie, his parents had died before the movie had started. He was living with someone else. Here's another thing. In the comic book, Baymax is a shapeshifter who turns into a dragon. But instead, they, as Disney usually does in their movies, they change up the story and instead make him a medical robot. And believe it or not, Fred, instead of him wanting to be a monster and wanting to wear a costume, he actually transforms into a monster. So yeah, in typical Disney fashion, they change things up, but I don't think it really distracted from the movie that much. It's still an enjoyable movie. And overall, I gave it an 8 out of 10. So yeah, go out and see it. I think you'll enjoy it. Alright, so I blabbed a lot about movies. Let's go to something more furry related. We have a new fundraiser going on. It's called GeneStorm, which is a role-playing game. It is set in the post-apocalypse, and the characters are descendants of survivors of the Great Disaster, and they're made from intertangled genes in all matters of plants and animals. So right now they are doing a fundraiser on Indiegogo. They're looking for $6,500, and right now they're at $1,266 as of me recording this. It's going to go on for another 16 days until December 15th. So if you want to check that out, get all the information on it, go to Indiegogo.com and look for GeneStorm RPG. The Fuzzy Nose podcast is now developing a new podcast called This Furry Life, which is modeled around NPR's This American Life and focuses on stories of the furry fandom. Unlike like the popular program, it will choose a theme. It'll tell several stories based around that theme. It is on its early stages right now. It is currently seeking those that may want to contribute. The goal would be to create a monthly show using segments produced by members of a collective through research, interviews, and narrative audio storytelling. They're also interested in including short stories, poetry, and music by members of fandom as suits the theme. So go ahead and check that out. That is being developed by Potoru, who is the host of Fuzzy Notes. Also, Midwest Furfest is coming up next week, and I really hope that the weather gets better up there, because after that incident in an air traffic control center, the weather, all the delays, yeah, I really do hope it gets much better before then. But I got to give you some information that's going to be happening. Now, as I said before, normally this would take place a week before Thanksgiving, but they had moved it to the first week of December, which I don't know what the reason is. Maybe a schedule issue, I don't know. But here are some things going on. The theme for this year is a holiday theme. All right. Here's what's going to be going on in the schedule. For those of you that registered, pre-registration pickup will begin at 4:30 for sponsors and up. Pre-registration for regular is for 5 o'clock, And if you're going out the door, it will be at 6 o'clock. I'll give you the prices in just a few minutes. 7 o'clock, they're going to be doing Thursday at night, bring your own games. And it will be an open session at the O'Hare Ballroom. There is a con suite that will be open from 7 to midnight. And we have a Thursday dance, and the lineup of DJs will be Pause, Takum, and Dr. Nikolai. And this will be going from 10 till 1 o'clock. On Friday, the con suite will be open at 9 a.m. Registration will be opening at 10 a.m. and it'll be the same thing with tabletop gaming, and that will take place at the O'Hare Ballroom. Opening ceremonies will be at noon, and of course this will be at the main ballroom, which will be Grand E, F, G, and H. At 1 o'clock, the Artist Alley and Dealer's Den will be opening up at the International Ballroom. This caught my attention, a furry hockey game. Now, this is not officially sponsored by MFF. This is an annual thing that takes place at Edge Arena in Bensonville. I'm kind of interested in that because I play street hockey. I've alternated between forward and a goaltender. So that's something I'm thinking. And if this is going to be your first convention, there will be a panel for you at the ballroom at 3 o'clock. And this one will be hosted by Pero, the chairman of the MFF, and Uncle Kage. Let's see. We also the fursuit photo shoot will be starting at 4 o'clock, and that will be at North Central. Explaining furry to your parents, and that's going to be hosted by To the Ranting Griffin, and it's going to be at 5 o'clock at Hartsfield. Yeah, I think it's one you should do. Because me personally, I never directly told any of my parents about that, but she kind of found out herself, and she's like, "Gave me a plane ticket. It says have fun." I swear, I have such a good mother. Let's see. If you're going to be in the variety show, the first rehearsal will be at 5 o'clock in the main ballroom. And at the same time, there will be a poker tournament at Lindbergh. And like I said, both of those will be at 5 o'clock. Let's see, what else do we got? Kage's Story Hour will be starting at 7 o'clock, and that will be at Grand Ballrooms A, B, and C. It's not the main ballroom, it's the one next to it. If you're going to be in the fursuit dance competition, the preliminaries will be at the same time at Rosemont. Let's see, and by the way, after Kage's Story Hour, To the Ranting Griffin will be starting right after him at 8 o'clock, same place. We will have karaoke. I love doing karaoke. That will be at 10 o'clock at Grand Ballrooms A, B, and C. Friday Night Dance will be starting at the same time at the main ballroom. And the DJs for that one will be Fur, Valley Rekka, and Roxors. Cards Against Humanity will be at 10 o'clock. If you haven't played this game, please do. It is very funny. On Saturday, Con Suite will open up at 9 as always. The second variety show rehearsal will be at 10 o'clock in the main ballroom. And the poker tournament will be continuing at the same time at Lindbergh. Tabletop gaming will be opening up at 10 a.m. If you're at least at the sponsor level, you will have a brunch at 10:30, which will be located at Grand Ballrooms A, B, and C. If you're doing a fursuit photo shoot, that will be at 11 a.m. at North Central. And if you're going to be in the fursuit parade, staging will be starting at 1 p.m. Yeah, that once again, that is staging. That's not the actual parade, it's staging. 1 p.m. at the main ballrooms. Fursuit parade will be starting at 1:30. Let's see. Charity auction will be starting at 2:30, and that will be at Grand Ballrooms A, B, and C. Let's see. This is a thing that's been going on the past few cons. Floor Wars Dance Battle. That will be at Rosemont at 3:30, because I know that people have been wanting to see this. This is a growing thing now. My friend Xander, and along with Alkali, will be doing the Dragon Show. That will be at 6 p.m. over at John Wayne. Let's see. The Variety Show will be starting at 7, and that will be in, I believe it's the main ballroom. Because it's a big show. Yes, it will be in the main ballroom. Let's see. Now we have a Whose Line Is It Anyway will be at 10 p.m. and that will be hosted in Rosemont. One of my favorite panels to go to, a improv show. Anyone can do it. I've been getting better the past few times. Kage and 2 will be doing a charity performance, and that one will be at Grand Ballrooms A, B, and C. Do check it out. It is great. By the way, the dance for Saturday will be at 10 o'clock, and the DJs will be Vinny, Tech Fox, Scroy, and Dante. On Sunday, poker tournament will be continuing at 10 a.m. The Ursa Alley Dealer's Den will also be at 10. Let's see. And here's one, Furry TV commercials at the Tech Center. That will be at 11 a.m. It's kind of a shame that all the Saturday cartoons are now gone. Now this generation is not going to be able to see what my generation went through. Let's see. We have... Yeah, I'm running out of space here. The Fursuit Dance Competition will be at 1 p.m. and that will be held at the main ballrooms. Fursuit Games at 3 o'clock and that will be at Grand A, B, and C. And closing ceremonies will be at 5 o'clock main ballroom. And then finally Dead Dog Dance. And we do have a DJ lineup, and this will be in the main ballroom. It will be Flynn, Deke, and Rotten Robbie. Right, and I just have a roommate coming in. How's it going, man?
I think you got some mail in your box.
Oh, I do?
Yeah, you do. I ain't want to touch. I ain't know if you was still or not.
Yeah, I did check earlier, and
Yeah, you got something there. It's from dang, I think someone wrote it for you.
Oh, okay, I'll check it out. Yeah, one of my roommates. So anyway, so yeah, that's the schedule. And let's see. I'm going to tell you the registration rates. Registration online is closed, but you can still register at the door. Memberships are at $45, sponsorship at $125, shiny sponsorship at $250. If you're looking for just one day, Friday and Sundays are $20 each, and Saturday is at $25. If you have any minors coming from age 7 to 12, the full weekend is $20. Any one day is $10. Anyone 6 or younger can get in free, but it must have an attending parent. As always, this will take place at Hyatt Regency O'Hare. Let's see, and this year's charity is going to be Critter Camp Exotic Pet Sanctuary. And this group is from German Valley, Illinois. They have saved over 1,200 exotic animals of 36 species from across the United States over the past 10 years. They currently provide a home for over 300 rabbits, ferrets, guinea pigs, foxes, rodents, birds, a lot of them. Are you getting cold? You can donate items to the charity auction, and as always, we're going to try to raise as much as we can. Let's see. Oh yeah, I got to find out who this year's guest of honor is, even though they don't have a tab of their own. I don't know why, but I know it's out here somewhere. There we go. Okay, the guests of honor for this year will be Lacey and Nick of FirstEating.com. Anyone who has commissioned for them know who they are. Husband and wife team from Orlando, Florida. They've had over a decade of experience. They officially teamed up back in 2007 with the goal to offer exceptional quality and highly customized fursuits. Along with them will be Sabertooth Ermine. Let's see. From the time that she could hold a pencil, she's been drawing cartoon animals, fantasy creatures at every opportunity. At age 16, she found online a furry fan and began posting her own art, and after a while started taking commissions. And along with her will be D. Walker, also known as Nova Dog. It's been around since '97. Let's see. He spent most of his time painting around the neighborhood. He's been fascinated with creating his own versions of anthropomorphic characters, which evolved into a session to create characters of his own short stories and comics. So yeah, all three of them will well, technically four will be around. So that's all of the information for this year. If you want more information on it, go to furfest.org. And I know this is a very long video. I think this is the longest video I've done. We're almost reaching half an hour. Upcoming events, there's only 3 events for the month of December. I've already mentioned Midwest Furfest for the 5th to the 7th. The other 2 will be New Year's Eve Con and New Year's Furry Ball, both of them on New Year's Eve. That's all for December, and that's going to be all for 2014. So one last thing. So some of you may have noticed in my FA journal, I've been doing something new. I have decided to do some live streaming of gaming on the PS4, and I'm currently working on Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Now, I did make a video, it's almost 2 hours long over on Ustream. Unfortunately, I couldn't get my microphone to work that time, so I apologize for that. I got another microphone connected up to the controller, so whenever I get around to it, I'll let you guys know on FA when that's going to go on. And these will be recorded over on Ustream, so keep an eye out for that. Okay, so I am done blabbing. This dragon's mouth is now closing.